will be bigger. Where crimes are baked in every show, mysteries rise and truth unfolding. Ready, set, it's time to go. We say it's time to go. Listen clues, battering news, mixing stories, solving the lies. In this kitchen, secrets are broken. With a spark in our eyes. In the broken baker's kitchen, the secrets crumble like sunrise. We'll sift through clues to find the rules. With a spark in our eyes. The broken arrives. Broken arrives. Welcome to the broken baker. Get ready. Let's go.
I'm Jimmy. How y'all doing?
The most important people in this case that everybody seems to have forgotten in this room is the jury. So we're going to take a 15-minute break and both sides take a pregnant pause and think about the jury.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are, whoever you are, what if any you are, and welcome to this reading of the second filing by our favorite New Yorker, Mr. Bederow, in the Aiden Carney, also known as Turtleboy case. This time, it gets a little more spicy because Kate Peters likes to use words I can't say on the YouTubes. But good morning to Sky Bell. And you like my birthday wish to Sarah Boone? May she burn? No. My girl, may she have the bestest of 47s. This girl is for you.
Sunny Florida, where the palm trees sway. Sarah Boone turns 47 today. A straight A student, known worldwide with her brilliance and charm. She walks with pride. I've loved her since that fateful day. Saw her sipping from the top in such a carefree way. She swings a bat like Babe Ruth in his prime, and in every room her mind's sublime. And happy birthday, Sarah Boone. You light up the world like a bright full moon. At 47, you're still on fire. With every move you lift us higher. Puzzles to games and every home run. Sarah Boone, you're second to none. The smartest in every room you enter. In our lives, you're the heart and center. She's quick on her feet and hide and seek. In every corner, she's impossible to pick. She solves puzzles with a master's touch. And a swing of the bat, it's just too much. She's got the smarts, the skills, the fame. In every conversation, she's ahead of the game. From classrooms to boardrooms, she leads the way. Sarah Boone shines every single day. And happy birthday, Sarah Boone. You light up the world like a bright full moon. At 47, you're still on fire. With every move, you lift us higher. Puzzles to games and every home run. Sarah Boone, you're second to none. The smartest in every room you enter. In our lives, you're the heart and center. She's known across the world, it's true. The brightest mind in every view. With puzzle swings and breaks galore, Sarah Boone leaves us wanting more. Happy birthday, Sarah Boone. You light up the world like a bright full moon. At 47, you're still on fire. With every move, you lift us higher. From puzzles to games and every home run, Sarah Boone, you're second to none. The smartest in every room you enter. In our lives, you're the heart and center. Sarah Boone, the stakes are yours. Our love for you forever soars.
Hey, Jamie.
Hi.
You were just in time to say happy birthday, Sarah Boone.
Lord. Happy birthday, Sarah. Hope
Hey,
you're having fun
Kathy.
in jail.
Hope you're filling sandbags for the people in Florida. And I hope everyone we know in Florida and people we don't know in Florida is doing well.
Yes.
And g'day, ADHD. Good morning, Special K and Tracy Dane. Helen from Holland. Coffee Nut. Good morning, Genitals. And Marissa. Charmaine Sanders. Good day from Cape Town, South Africa. I'm here for it. Love this letter from Law Daddy. Expose these corrupt criminals. Yes. Genitals is going to need the TLDR, which means Transformers Lie Detector Rundown. This is the case being brought against Aiden Carney, also known as Turtleboy. You've been around when we talked about him. As an kind of an offshoot to the Karen Reed case, he got hit with a lot of charges for witness intimidations, especially. We read the last letter from Mark Bederow, who's been on this channel to talk about the Karen Reed case, who is now what do you call it, Jamie, when you are tagged in as an attorney?
I mean, I don't know the technical term, but he's tagged in as an attorney.
He got the hot tag, came in, helped Bradle out running this trial, where they are fighting to get a lot of this thrown out. The first letter we read, it seemed like there was, when Dave and I read the very first charges against Turtleboy back when he went to prison for 60 days, we said that Lindsay Garani, or whatever her name is, it was such a pot placed by the prosecutors. For those of you who are not old enough to remember the Cold War, I'm one of them because I'm 27 years old. Jamie, she's a little bit older, but she remembers the Cold War like it was yesterday. Back during the Cold War, it was very well known that the Ruskies used especially beautiful women and beautiful men to get politicians or soldiers in trouble by getting them in compromised situations, so they could blackmail these people after. Because Lindsay Gaetani had a restraining order against Turtleboy because something. But she then contacts him and begs him to come over and talk about being called before a grand jury. This grand jury wasn't going at that time. So did they make a false document to get him to appear at her address? At that address, Turtleboy, like too many men before him, have a lap of judgment because the blood from this head jumps to another head, and he gets in trouble, especially because this Lindsay girl goes absolutely ape shit. I think that's the technical term. Jamie, correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes.
At some point, she threatens him that if he doesn't stay with her, she will take do they call them Plan B?
I mean, it was an abortion pill.
I don't know if we can say that on YouTube, but thank you, Jamie. Take a pill and wake up her kids and drive to his house and sit in his driveway and have a smashmortion. Because that's what every sane woman on the planet would do. But all of this leads to Turtleboy getting thrown in prison for breaking his restraining order. What also was shown in the first letter was apparently Lindsay had a very close contact to Special Prosecutor Mello and Tully, the police officer working for the MSP. She deleted text messages by a mistake. Tully sent all of Lindsay's phone records to the defense, which he should do, but they asked to get him back because they wasn't meant to see it. That would probably have been a Brady violation if they didn't send it to the defense, but it's the MSP. It's the worst police in the world. So they knew that she had been in contact twice that night where she lured Aiden to her apartment complex and into her apartment. She had been in contact with the police, not to say, oh, he's here, come get him. No. She kept the ruse going, potentially making both Mello and Tully witnesses in the case they are bringing against Turtleboy. Because are they setting him up for failure? Which I think is entrapment. I'm not a lawyer. I'm just making things up as I go along. But I think that'll be entrapment, and don't think that's legal. So that was the gist of it in the first letter and what the trial is. Today, a new player enters the zone. If you have been on the internet and watched anything with Karen Reed or Aiden Carney, aka Turtleboy, you will have seen Masshole. What does she call herself? Masshole Media or something like that.
Masshole Mafia, isn't it? Masshole Mafia.
That's the name. Thank you, Jamie. I don't do social media. I'm too young for that.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, she'll sit there every day yelling about everyone, and she comes off as massively unhinged. This is a lady who has more court dates than I have had real dates. I never had dates, so it's easy.
It's easy for her to win on that one.
Yeah, but she's constantly in court because people have restraining orders against her. She's absolutely, I can't say certifiably because I'm not a mental professional, but she comes off as she is totally deranged. Every time she sees Aiden Carney's name, her blood pressure goes to 2,000. But her only goal in life is to sit on Twit all day yelling about Carney, or it's because I read his name. I shouldn't read his name. I know his name is Carney, but it's spelled Kearney. She sits there every day, yells about that, or how stupid people who believe Karen Reed are. She now enters with the second letter. And let's just say she has a spicy mouth for a mother of four, well, not four. Two of them are rehoused because, yeah. And as a little side quest, she's also kind of, it seems like a go-between between the McAlberts, that family who is connected to Fairview 34, the O'Keefe family, the girl who set up Aiden, and maybe the police. At the same time that she is a raving lunatic who used to hang out with people like Doink the Clown. Doink the Clown is my favorite person in the whole world, who sadly have me blocked on Twitter. Doink, my love, I'll pay you $25 if you unblock me. So he's now going crazy because he is a massive pothead who isn't the smartest cookie. So they have been infighting for the last 6 months because he tried to get with that Lindsay girl, I think. Have you seen Real Housewives? Take away all the money, infuse a lot of drugs, and this is what these people are. I think that's the Terminator lie detector rundown of the case.
Yeah.
Good
job. Good job.
Thank you. Who's Krusty? Krusty is Karen Peters. We're getting into that.
Krusty is Karen Peters, also known as Masshole
Mafia. Yeah. Also known as, she has more secret accounts than I have had No, that's still too easy. Then I have eaten peas, and I really like peas.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Crash Daddy. And Sandy D. Becca. Taron Dusty. Carly Kramer. I'm so far behind. I'm sorry. I'm going to jump a lot of you. Hey, Janine. And Spacey Stacy. And Miss Sweden. And Mia. Boston. That's a cool name. Mia. Happy birthday, Sarah Boone.
Mhm.
I love my sweet Sarah. No birthday drinkies for Sarah today. Sadly, no.
I mean, she can make something.
The Sarah Boone birthday wishes made my day. Thank you. Sandy D, thank you so much. And every day should be Sarah Boone Day. We were supposed to start trial today, Jamie.
Yeah, what's going on with that? Oh, Sarah Boone. I thought you were talking about the trial we've been doing.
No, that was supposed to go at 1. I'll keep an eye on it, but I don't know if they're going to do the trial today.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I know, I am
get
bummed Sarah got pushed back. But
Yeah.
good old hurricanes in the Floridas.
Thank you
Making a
so much,
mess of us.
Judy Basteri, for a 20 buck good morning from Baston. But have you read the letter, Jamie?
Mm-mm. I haven't even watched anything about it either.
Oh, well, Melanie did a cover of it yesterday, and Aiden talked about it the other day. It's a little spicy.
Okay. Well, I am ready.
Queen Matilda from the
Thank you,
Netherlands.
Judy. It's so nice of you. And Matilda.
People are so nice.
They are.
But I think it's a winner that they got Bederow on this as a Pro Hawk Vice. Thank you, Miss
I
Adventure.
like Bridal, but Bederow is great too.
Yeah, but you need that 1-2 punch. You need that guy who can come in and punch someone in the face.
He has a different style. I like his style.
Yeah, but you need the lead attorney to be kind of like you have with AJ and Yannetti. Yannetti is more the polished guy, more the, oh, I'm going to be very technical, and I'm going to, oh, yes, Your Honor, I'm going to listen to you. And then you have AJ who just comes in. And I like that.
Yeah,
Hey, Dave.
I do too.
Pro Gucci wise. She didn't have the restraining order at that time. Oh, I thought she had one, and that's why, because we talked about he shouldn't have went over there, and I thought she had one.
I think it was. Remember the day before, or the hearing before, they were like trying to say that he was doing things because they wanted him to be like violent or something. What was it? And then
they tried the gag order. That didn't go, and then they
so then
they
they did the DV stuff, and that pushed it over the edge. So I think it was just that.
It was just DV. Thank you so much, Buzzing for Truth. Justice is coming for Turtleboy. Well, hopefully justice is coming to Canton, because there's a lot of outstanding justice needing to be dealt out in that area. I saw that Garcia's cadet class graduated yesterday, and still nothing has happened in that case either. Oh, baby, baby, it's a wild world. It's hard to get by just upon a smile, girl. Work out, woohoo, be fun, don't get caught. Rock it. Thank you, Doy Lagarisa. And today was 45 minutes of walking and 100 sit-ups and 30. Bye, Jamie. 30 oblique crunches on either side. So it's easy day today. Yesterday was back day. But thank you so much. Never censor Jamie. Well, it's not me who censors Jamie. It's the YouTubes. Oh, she needs to take a call. Lesson of the day: don't stick the D in crazy boys. Well, I will never stick the D in crazy boys. Crazy ladies, sadly, I've done that. Thank you, Glenda. Yes, it was the DV that she alleged that he pushed her down when he tried to get her phone. But this whole situation with KP was diabolical. I mean, Turtleboy is no saint, but still, yes. And I've said this a million times. Turtleboy has a different style than I have, and that's fine because it's the same as law tubers. Some people love to be on recovery addicts. Some love to be on legal bites. Some love to be on legal vices. Some likes to be on alternative juror. There's thousands of different styles, but he's just what in the old days would have been called a gonzo journalist. He just go. It's like Howard Stern before Howard Stern turned into an old woman. Buzzing for truth. Canton needs help. They investigate rubber doggies. That's another thing. I've been that Sue, Mushroom Stew Sue, who is sitting there comparing, threatening to push some, beat someone and drag them along the pavement. That's the same in her world as leaving a rubber doggy on a bench. Come on now. I know you write for the MSM, but that's just stupid. Hello, a decorated officer screen. Seem like to be on my channel, but I don't stream anymore. You never streams. Thank you so much, Charlie Lynn, for becoming a member. You're also very kind today. I'm just waiting to see if Jamie can hang up the phone and well, maybe I should just get going. Mushroom Sue. Yeah, that's another funny little thing. I hope there's evidence of that as well. But let's get to it. Law Office of Mark A. Bederow. Dear Mr. Cosgrove and Mello, on October 1st, Mr. Cosgrove provided the defense with a recording of Catherine Peters' February 26, 2024 call to the Dedham police about an alleged incident. Oh, before I forget it, is it true that she used Aiden's kids' names to call into the town meeting the other day? Oh, it's Gretchen Voss doing the mushroom. I can't keep them separate. It's all weird. But no matter who, get some stew. Journalists should think a little bit about who they go to bed with. Not in the literal sense, but figuratively. But oh, she did use Turtleboy. Doesn't he have a restraining order against her? Shouldn't that be a problem, that she intimidates him in that way? Yeah. It's is this Peters same as? Yes. Catherine Peters is Krusty Panties, is Masshole Mafia, and also Jane, you will find out in this letter. She has more alibis than I have underwear. She was copying Turtleboy because he used her kids' names that got adopted when he called. Oh, that's also a D move to do that. But how is this woman staying out of prison? maybe we'll figure that out while reading this. Hey, Zach. Well, her hair does look like a mushroom, kind of. Yes, she has multiple aliases. Again, she calls herself Masshole Mafia. That's her main handle on Twitter. Scott McGinnis, who's way more into all of the backstories about this, can probably give you 5 aliases she used to attack people on the YouTube. Her, Kim, what's her name? Kim Fling something. They have so many accounts, and sometimes they forget which account they're sending from. It's fun. Dedham police about an alleged incident that occurred outside the Norfolk County Superior Court, where a large crowd had gathered for a hearing in the Karen Reed case. Miss Peter told the police that Aiden Carney was violating a restraining order by being within 100 yards of Lindsay Gattani as he stood outside the Norfolk County Superior Court while Miss Gattani was inside the courthouse. Considering this recording and irrefutable evidence that Miss Peters was or is a source for the Massachusetts State Police MSP investigation into Mr. Carney, we anticipate that she will be a witness at Mr. Carney's upcoming trials. In view of Mrs. Peters' status as an MSP source, any communication and evidence in her possession regarding the investigation and prosecution of Mr. Carney is deemed to be within your possession, custody, and control. See Commonwealth v. Pope, 489 Massachusetts 790-798-99. Prosecution's disclosure obligation extends to anyone who has participated in the investigation or evaluation of the case and who either regularly report or with reference to the particular case have reported to the prosecution. Accordingly, pursuant to Brady v. Maryland, Giorgio v. United States, Graham v. District Attorney for Hampton District, and Rule 14 of the Massachusetts Rules of Criminal Procedure, we demand disclosure of. So, setting it up that she was the one who said he was violating a court order. Remember that day when some people are calling her the fake victim, but Lindsay Gattani all of a sudden showed up as a guest for the O'Keefe family. And everyone was wondering what she's doing there. But that's the same day that Karen then, or Krusty then calls the police and says he's violating his RO. Funny how that works. And people were wondering, why is she there? She has nothing to do with anything. But all of a sudden, she was there as a guest. Hey, Wicked, thank you for being a member for 11 months. And Jetsia for 2 months. And it's on Sarah's birthday. I couldn't get a better birthday present for Sarah. It's Gigolo. I don't know. Someone. Any evidence that Miss Peters acted as an informant or agent of the MSP or Norfolk County District Attorney's Office or Special Assistant District Attorneys prosecuting Mr. Carney, the Commonwealth, including but not limited to whether she is registered as an informant, whether she is active or was deactivated, names of any MSP handlers when she became a source, when she started assisting the MSP and or the Commonwealth with respect to Mr. Carney, and any benefits, promises, rewards, leniency in her own criminal matters, or inducements she sought, received, or expected or expects in connection with her cooperation against Mr. Carney. Imagine if we found out that the reason why she just got that little slap on the hand with community service, even though she's been breaking all of her ROs, is because she was helping the MSP. That could be quite interesting.
Mm-hmm.
that's one of those things where you go, But yeah, just reading this, Jamie, do you think the DA's office is having bowel movements consistent with bricks today?
Yeah, for sure.
Oh. Thank you, Jess. Towards the swear jar for this one, lol, I feel there's some not so friendly YouTube words coming up. Well, I'll try to censor them. It's Jamie I have to worry about because she makes Sue look like a Boy Scout.
A Girl Scout. She was a Girl Scout.
Well, I don't gender people, Jamie. I was right. Lindsay just spelled it wrong. Yeah, Lindsay Gitani, whatever way it is. But all of them have 45 different Twitter accounts that they constantly they go between. First time I heard Jamie drop an F-bomb, I was shocked. You should be. Jamie is better than that. B. All evidence and information in whether form Ms. Peter furnished to the Commonwealth and or MSP involving the investigation or prosecution of Mr. Carney. C. Any records of Mr. Peter's communications, including but not limited to emails, calls, text messages, instant messages, Instagram direct messages, Discord, Facebook, Twitter, or any other third-party messaging applications related to her contacts and interaction with Mr. Carney, Miss Gitani, Leah, is it called Leah? Can do so, the Commonwealth, MSP, or any other law enforcement agency regarding Mr. Carney between October 1st and the present. And the people, for those of you who haven't been here, Carney, of course, is Turtleboy. Gitani is the woman who alleges he attacked her. Leah Genduso is a former police officer who Turtleboy wrote a story about that got her fired. And in the first letter, she was in contact with, this is going to be, it's very confusing. Leah was in contact with Lindsay and talked about that they could have Mello bring down Aiden. But she apparently has withdrawn kind of from that group now. But again, they now seek to get all the messages. And just by watching what's being leaked, these girls have nothing but time to sit and chat behind the scenes. My Discord dings sometimes a lot, but imagine what these ladies are talking about behind the scenes.
Right.
And imagine imagine they find something from Mello saying, well, Krusty, if you can get Lindsay Gitani to claim DV against Turtleboy, we'll make one of your charges go away, the worst of your charges, or we'll keep someone from going checking on your kids or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
That could be fun. Another interesting character in this, Leah Genduso, a former MA state trooper that Turtleboy got fired in a huge MA state police scandal he broke the story on. Yes, he broke that she had been involved with drug dealers before and while she was working as a police officer. So she hated him with a passion. And he has, again, you can love or hate Turtleboy. Again, his type of journalism might be too much for some people, but you can't deny he broke some big stories. And the stories he broke wasn't that Jamie was slacking off last week and didn't come on stream. No, It's people in power, people you have given power, misusing that power. So you have, no matter what you think about Aiden, you have to recognize he's doing what a journalist is supposed to do. He's keeping an eye on the people in power. Yes, all of it depends on the judge in this case. That's why when they took it to Supreme Court and they said, get out of here, there's nothing in this case, then they had to do the DV so they could get him in lower courts.
Yeah.
But then she dated him. No, what's her name? The Genduso lady. She never dated him. It's the Lindsay Gaetani woman who dated him.
Yeah.
It gets a little confusing. Any documents or memorializations of statement made by Miss Peters or any other to the Commonwealth MSP or any other law enforcement agency regarding Mr. Carney and or Miss Gaetani in any form, including but not limited to written reports, notes, email, text messages, audio, or video recordings. That could be interesting also if they don't have it, because we know that on her phone there's evidence that she was in contact with them. Imagine if they didn't file all of that. And we know from the Karen Reed case what sticklers the MSP are for chain of custody on every evidence they have. Yeah, and again, I don't like a lot of journalists. I think they're just talking heads, but you have to recognize some of them are doing great work. If this doesn't go to court January sometime, I already see something's up. Well, it's supposed to go in December, I believe. Yeah, Genduso. Gaetani dated him, not Genduso. Right?
Yeah. Gaetani is the one that he was dating.
Yeah.
Dated, yeah.
And KP used to work for him, and they broke up. And since not broke up, but there was
fired her or whatever.
Yeah, he fired her, and since then, her entire life has been ruining Aiden Carney. Hey, Ernie. Yes, we need a brandy board to figure out this. Oh, I didn't know he also did. Sorry.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Turtleboy did have a fling with former trooper Leah Genduso, I believe. Aiden, take this from a man who has made many a mistake, many a late night. And I know you are a better place now, and you have a wonderful girlfriend. Make sure to keep at least 5% blood in this head and think with that, because women be fun, but women be crazy. Thank you so much, Bri Bear, for this $5 super sticker of a coffee cup. But yeah, keep. But it seems like he is in a good place with his new girlfriend, and she seems like she's a keeper. She's okay. So Karen Peters never dated Krusty. KP is Krusty.
Yeah.
AK Aiden Kearney is Turtleboy.
KP is Krusty, also Karen Peters.
Masshole Mafia.
Masshole Mafia. She's all of those people.
Aiden has wowed. He has reformed himself. He's with a nice woman these days. Yeah. I've said that many a night too, and then it was 5 in the morning. Sorry. Miss Peters' role as a source for the MSP and the Commonwealth. Miss Peter and Aiden, Mr. Carney are former colleagues who have publicly feuded for years. Motivated by hatred for Mr. Carney, Miss Peter aligned herself with Miss Gaetani and others who dislike Miss Carney's Mr. Carney's reporting, including members of the Albert and McCabe families, some of whom are named in the first indictment against Mr. Carney. These alliances have enabled her to exploit the criminal justice system in furtherance of her effort to ruin Mr. Carney. Ms. Peters' dedication to this task was so thorough that the MSP and Commonwealth utilized her services to assist them in their investigation and prosecution of Mr. Carney. Ms. Peters, who have no direct involvement in these matters and is not an alleged victim, was provided Mr. Mellows and MSP Detective Lieutenant Tully's private cell phone numbers. Thus, Ms. Peter had the ability to call and text both on their private devices. That's weird that someone who has nothing to do with anything have both of these phone numbers. And again, this makes them witnesses in the case, because did they set Aiden up?
Mm-hmm.
How are you still paying taxes in Massachusetts? I would just write, take it out of Mello's paycheck. I'll probably go to jail then, but I would write that on my next tax return. Yes, they're still trying to convict him. I think it's the 15th, next month of December, he's going to court. Yeah, we always get that. Was watching the MLS Turtleboy hearing, thought they said a trial date for January. MLS misled me. I think they have a hearing next month or December. Karen's trial is set to go in January 27th is the date it's set to go.
And I think I remember her saying 2 parts, I thought she said November and I thought she said January, but I could be wrong. So who knows?
Yeah, add in that they pulled a special prosecutor for Karen Reed and are paying him $75,000. I hope you don't have potholes in Massachusetts, because those money are going to a better place now. As a valued source of information against Mr. Carney, Ms. Peter has presented the MSP with video evidence, sourced Mr. Carney's online presence, and reported things to the MSP that they can't find or document, including a 30-second clip of a video that Ms. Peter sent to Tully, which the Commonwealth used to secure Mr. Carney's indictment for wiretapping. See grand jury transcript of MSP Lieutenant John Fanning. John Fanning, where did we learn that name?
Karen Reed.
Where did we also learn about his name, Jamie?
Sandra
Birchmore.
Sandra Birchmore, yeah.
He was the guy who couldn't find anything wrong in that case. It's funny how all these names always come back. I don't know why. On February 26th, and now it's getting into Jamie territory, several hours after Miss Peter called the police to help orchestrate Miss Carney's prosecution for allegedly violating a restraining order, she left Mr. Carney 2 crude, harassing, and in part threatening voicemails. In the first message, Miss Peters gloated about her value as a source to the Commonwealth. Hey, faggot. It's Kate Peter. You know, Krusty Panties. You know, every time you get a block number, it's not Lindsay or LG or anyone else. It's me. And I just want to let you know that when you go back to jail, I had absolutely everything to effing do with it, because you are a dumb MFer. I am going to get the best of you. You are a bad person and everybody's going to see it. Have a nice day. By the way, Karen Reed wants nothing to do with you. Go F yourself. B-word. I meant it. She seems like a nice person.
She really does. She seems like she has her head on straight.
Yeah. I'm glad she has 4 kids, 2 kids that she can raise well.
Yeah. Good for her.
In the second harassing and threatening message, Miss Peter demonstrated her familiarity with and incorrect understanding of the Massachusetts Witness Intimidation Statute. I'm not afraid of you. I never witnessed intimidated you. You are not a witness in any case. And then we have a big footnote. Miss Peter assuredly know that as a criminal defendant, Miss Carney qualifies as a protected potential witness and someone aware of information, records, or documents or objects related to a violation of criminal law under MGL 268, paragraph 13b. Her brazen statement that Mr. Carney was not a witness and believed that she had carte blanche to unload a barrage of crude, harassing, and threatening statements to a possible witness without violating the witness intimidation statute evinces her knowledge of the significance of having Miss Gantani classified as a witness by Mr. Mello. See September 12, 2024 letter, page 5 to 10, 12 to 13. Miss Peter, whose calls to Mr. Carney was designed solely to harass and humiliate, remains uncharged for her clear violation of MGL 268, paragraph 13b, on February 26. Her conduct is within the statute of limitations, while Mr. Carney, a practicing journalist who reports on the Karen Read case, exposed possible corruption and an alleged cover-up involving several of the MSP and civilian witnesses against him, is under indictment for making phone calls expressing his opinion, reporting, and encourage Jamie?
Where are you? I lost your spot. Are you mean encouraging?
Encouraging further discussion on a controversial and high-profile criminal case of, and I'm just going to the other side, of public concern. That's the part that's been cut out. So, yes, she is clearly, because that Massachusetts witness intimidation law is absolutely bonkers. So why isn't she being indicted? When he's being indicted, every time he takes a breath, someone is claiming he's intimidating a witness. But she can just do whatever she wants. It's funny how laws for you, but not for me.
Exactly.
You are just a small idiot effing fagot who likes to prey on women. I can't say peen, Jamie.
Just say D.
Safety words. Call me back, MFer. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about Leia and Lindsay. Let's talk about what you did to Jen McCabe and Colin Albert, a 19-year-old juvenile. How is your wife doing, by the way? How are your abused and neglected children doing, by the way? Call me back, you effing fagot. I'll drive over to your parents' house right now. F you. The same parents' house that someone hung a dead turtle outside of just before his mom passed of cancer.
But drive out to his parents' house and what?
Yeah. Is she going to square up with him?
She's going to square up? Yeah.
What time did they say what time this was? No, it doesn't say a time, but this sounds like me when I have had a little bit to drink.
Yeah. A 19-year-old is not a juvenile. So.
No, a 19-year-old. Maybe because she. Jamie, I'm putting forward. This has nothing to do with this case. But let's say I know this woman called Katrin. And she really likes to drink.
Huh?
So the only non-juvenile age she cares about is 21, because then she can get her drink on. Maybe that's why she thinks everyone below 21 is, because she's a massive alcoholic. Sorry.
Could be, for sure.
Yeah.
Katrin. Yeah.
Maybe that's why she believes she's a juvenile. And again, that juvenile, wasn't he at Fairview 34 drinking?
Oh, yeah, he was partying.
Illegally?
with all the
She didn't have
adults.
problems with his drinking at his uncle's house, did she?
No, of course not.
It was just an example I had to so I could never imply that anyone in this case likes to embed themselves in liquor, and that's why everything they think about is 21. Scott, you know me better than that. I would never imply anything like that. That's why I talked about my good friend Catherine. Catherine, who is from Russia. Watched MSP Academy's mic graduation ceremony yesterday. Hopefully, now that they have their shiny new badges, one cadet would spotlight the true details. Chances of that, sadly, Mr. Meathook, is probably slim to absolutely none. Because I think the big problem you have is, what was it, 25% who dropped out during the course? The ones who's back is the ones who are willing to suck up and do what everyone else does. And that's, I'm not saying this about anyone from the MSP either, Jamie. As you know, I would never imply anything. Do you remember Eddie Guerrero, the wrestler?
Yes.
What was his catchphrase?
I don't remember.
Lie, cheat, and steal.
Oh, look at that.
I'm just saying that I'm just saying that I would never imply that to be a member of the MSP and going through the academy, you probably, if you make it through, there's a higher likelihood that you're an Eddie Guerrero fan. That's just what I'm saying. He was a great wrestler. Yeah, and yeah, she had that stupid. Just that. I would really like Julie Grant to report on this one. She brought her in on Court TV. Her and Lindsay was sitting there talking about how much they love John. None of these B words gave two Fs about him. The only thing they care about is, can we get Aiden down? That's the only thing they care about. What's the bigger problem going on? The bigger problem is that from the head is where the fish rots. There's a culture that's very unhealthy, and you can only get that culture. Think about the LA riots. They had to clean house with all the good old boys. They'll need to do that in the MSP as well to change the culture. Orale. Look at Zach being intelligent. I didn't see that, chat.
I was thinking, where did he say something?
Hey, Andrea. I'm sorry, ich spreche nicht Deutsch gut genug, dass ich eine ganze Show in Deutsch machen kann. Aber danke sehr für die mein Deutsch ist nicht das gut.
Oh,
sorry.
I love that Andrea's here and she's trying. That is so cool.
It's just like yesterday when I sent everyone over to a German-speaking channel.
I know, and I was watching him, and I didn't understand what he was saying, but I like that he takes the effort to like translate for everybody.
Yes, Jamie talks to her mother with that mouth.
What are you talking about?
It's Marissa who came back and saw the text. So, night. On March 11, Ms. Peter again took credit for her substantial contribution to the Commonwealth and MSP, boasting under oath that Mr. Carney is angry and upset with me because I have been cooperating with the prosecution and giving them information on him. He can blame me for all of his problems because I'm furnishing information. It's going to be interesting. Audio transcript of Kearney v. Peters. On September 5th, testifying in a West Roxbury matter in which she was accused of witness intimidation and violation of a restraining order, Miss Peter described herself as a potential witness in Mr. Carney's criminal case. She swore under oath that when she saw her accuser on October 11th in the Stoughton District Court, where Mr. Carney was being arraigned, she was there to meet Mr. Mello, even though she wasn't named as an alleged victim in that or any other case. Why she's meeting with Mr. Mello, who's a special prosecutor who only deals with Aiden's case. That's weird, but we have a footnote.
Yeah.
Minutes later, Miss Peter sent Mr. Carney the following message on Discord. Aiden, you pinless fago, answer your phone.
This woman.
She has quite a vocabulary, this lady.
But also, like, leave him alone. You know what I mean? Like, if he's such a horrible human being, leave it. Like, she's like a psycho girlfriend. She's just calling it, like, answer your phone, call. I'm going to destroy you. Like, what a crazy person.
Yeah. Whoever you end up with, I'm going to destroy that.
Yeah.
And Melanie said yesterday that Krusty has been going after her pretty hard too. She put out a video about Melanie, a 2-3 minute song, etc. When I had Melanie on the first time, I think the only time, but I still have to, she's such a good streamer. I need to talk to her again. She talked about how she had to leave Twitter because people were just so effing nasty to her. I think it's because I'm so low on the grifter list. They don't really care about me. I can sit there and call cottage cheese an idiot every day, and they don't really notice me. But anyone who has a bit of clout, because that's also the thing they do to get eyes on them. It's the grift. They go after people who have a large following so they can tag them in it, and they can get other people to see them. Because none of these people exist for anything else than clout. They just want to destroy Aiden and come out and be the next Aiden. They are horrible, horrible, small, insignificant people. You can take Plevin. You can take Kate. I don't think Doink is the same. I just think he's a raving idiot who smokes too much weed. But all of these people, the second Karen Reed's case is being dropped because they don't think they can bring it, at least charges 1 and 3. That's still my opinion, that they're going to go away on a dark night, and then they might, I don't know if they're going to do something with the second or the manslaughter plea. But the second that goes away, what does these people have to do? Plevin is, and I can't say he has bigger numbers than I have. I have 300 people watching me now. Normally, I'm a roughly at 150. He has 200 people watching his show. I don't know how many is watching it just to test if their dum-dum medicine works. But that guy has nothing. He was sitting here the other day saying that that Mike from the Young Jerks was, oh, you don't have anything but Karen Reed. Then I went to his channel. I never go to his channel. Every single video he has made is Aiden or Karen Reed. So it's just a grift for them. They need to keep this going. They need to have Aiden attacking them so they can sit there for their 50 little people community saying, Aiden is a mean one. They don't have anything. Stop inviting drama. I won't stop inviting drama. That's my clout too. I need to clout chase. I can't. It's no fun kicking someone who has 5 viewers. She's once, twice, 3 times a lady, and we love you. Well, not much of a lady.
Ugh. Brandon,
you don't know
did you get the text messages? Have you been here?
What? Who? What?
I just seen Brandon pop up, and I said, "Did he hear these text messages?" I feel like he would love this.
He heard the words. You are a pinless fagot. And he, oh, my ears are burning. Becca, Doink is my good friend, my close friend, the Towel himself.
AKA Grant.
Grant, whatever his last name is.
Grant Ellis, Graham
Smith?
Elliott. No, I don't remember. I know it's Grant.
Grant Smith Ellis something.
Yeah.
So yeah. But he calls himself a Towel too. And he's an idiot. But his mom is Wendy Murphy, who apparently is representing Lindsay Kitani.
Oh, that sounds like a smart move. She's a lunatic.
I don't want it to be negative, but I don't think anything ever gonna be better ever again. Cheer up, man. Thank you so much for the super chat, but don't be such a Debbie Downer. I'll let you have Jamie for your next stream. If you just oh, this is Brandon, isn't it? Is it?
I was gonna say this is Brandon. It's Brandon.
I'm sitting here thinking Dave normally isn't that defeatist. Thank you so much, Brandon. But the world will be better. We will go golfing. We will save women from going to college.
I thought you were gonna put them through college.
No, we're gonna save them.
Dollar bills.
We're gonna make sure that they don't waste their money on useless degrees. We're gonna make sure that they'll stay at the pole, making enough money to keep their habits going.
Okay.
Because we are friendly guys like that. I was just thinking, Dave, I sent you a link and everything. Why are you so down? Oh, Dave, yeah. Yeah, Grant is always hanging out with Lindsay. I think he want to get into her panties. Don't do that, Grant. I know it seems fun and you just want to try it once in your life, but that girl has more restraining orders than a girl in Mardi Gras who shows her boobies has pearl necklaces. Hey, hey, watcher. Oh, and we were just getting by the meet Mr. Mello. Yes, and that's when no. We just read number 2, right? Minutes later, Miss Peters sent Carney the following message on Discord. Aiden, you pinless fago, answer your phone. Yeah, that's where we were.
Yeah, that's right.
And that was number 2. And now I have to find number 2. Well, that's number 3. Where's number 2? Why can't I see it now, Jamie?
What are you looking for? Number 2?
I'm looking for Isn't it number 2? Yeah, number 2. Footnote number 2.
Yeah. Yep. So go back up to the message.
There it is.
Yep.
Oh, that's when she would drive over. On March 11, Ms. Peter again took credit for her substantial contribution to the Commonwealth and MSP, boasting on the oath that Mr. Carney is angry and upset with me because I've been cooperating. I read that before. On September 5th, 2024, testifying in West Roxbury. Yeah, I read. Oh, it's because it was number 3. Oh, I read number 2 with number 3. It should be. Sorry, everyone. Mr. Carney's criminal case. She swore under oath that when she saw her accuser on October 11th in the Stoughton District Court where Mr. Carney was being arraigned, she was there to meet Mr. Mello, even though she wasn't named as an alleged victim in that or other cases. Then it's number 3. We intend to examine Ms. Peters and Mr. Mello under oath about the purpose of this meeting and the substance of their conversation at the January 10th, 2025 evidential hearing on our motion to disqualify Mr. Mello under Rule 3.7 of the Massachusetts Rule of Professional Conduct.
Boom.
Ms. Peters' working relationship with the MSP and Commonwealth is so strong that the Norfolk County DA's office has recused itself from 2 witness intimidation prosecutions currently pending against her in Norfolk County. Indeed, Ms. Peters admitted as much to Ms. Gattani, who documented this fact in a text message sent to Ms. Peters on December 12th. Mr. Carney thinks your case is being moved because he is the conflict of interest. He has no idea it's because you are working with the police. Lol. Emphasis in original.
Good job, guys. You're real.
Yeah, maybe go to the Whisper app so you can be secretive.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, Rescue Puppy, happy birthday. You have the same birthday as Sarah Boone. She sounds very cooperative. They are always cooperative. These not your Gabby. No, not your Gabby. No. It's outrageous that Mello still has his law license and worthless Garino is still employed. Well, sadly, I've said it before, I've said it again. It's up to you, taxpayers of Massachusetts, to do something about this. Vote for someone else, this time as a district attorney. That would be a good start.
For sure.
I've
Those
not
local
encountered-
votes are big deals, people. Like, people always worry about the president of the United States, but it's really your local office that you really need to look into.
Yeah, it's always everything starts at home. It's not who's in Washington. It's who's right there in front of you. Just see the council in Canton. What a bunch of peenless fagots. Even the ladies, especially the ladies, because they don't have peens.
Yeah,
I haven't encountered Wendy Murphy. Thank goodness. She's also the one who threatens to sue everyone, right? Well, she's the one who got famous for alleging that those boys raped a woman back in the 90s.
the lacrosse, is it the lacrosse team?
Yeah, Duke Lacrosse.
Duke Lacrosse, yeah.
Scott, thank you for being a member for 10 months. The Killer Bees swarming corruption in Massachusetts. The Killer Bees is also a tag team from, I believe, late 80s, early 90s WWE. Really, really bad gimmick, and they look bad.
They were killer bees.
Yeah, they were named the Killer Bees. They were at the same times as the Rockers and stuff like that. Didn't really get the same push the other people did. Sorry, totally not. Of course, they can also be peenless because they have a peen. This will be dragged out longer than the Koberger trial. This will be dragged out just until Karen Reed is done.
And then magically the charges will disappear.
All of this is because they couldn't get gag orders on Aiden Carney. Then they invented all of this. When the Karen Reed case is done, they'll probably try to get him on something. But all of this is just a gag order they couldn't have through the court system. They wanted Aiden out of there. The problem, they thought Aiden was the only one. They didn't believe that a Rita would pop up, that a Tom CPU would pop up, that the Young Jerks would start covering it as intensely, that the Glera would cover it as intensely as they did. So instead of killing the story, they Barbara Streisand the F out of it. And now everyone is covering everything going on with the MSP because ain't no smart people running that business. He has run unopposed for years. Someone needs to step up. There's 2 people stepping up against him this time, I believe. Sad but true, my hobby hides the suitcase. Just say, get in there for a birthday surprise for you. But happy birthday. Hey, Pam from... Hello from as well. Well, it's good content, so of course we will get there. But it goes without saying that any evidence within your possession, custody, or control related to Miss Peters' relationship with the Commonwealth and MSP, including her possible motive for to favor the prosecution over Mr. Carney, must be disclosed under Brady and its progeny. See Banks v. Dredker. And footnote: notwithstanding the Norfolk County DA's office recusal on Miss Peters' criminal matters, that office inexplicably represented the Commonwealth at her most recent arraignment for witness intimidation on October 1st. That appearance afforded the Commonwealth with a strong basis to seek revocation of her bail, which would have been an expected motion from a disinterested prosecutor, given that Miss Peter has 4 pending witness intimidation cases. However, on information and belief, the Norfolk County DA's office didn't notify the court about Miss Peters' special relationship with the Commonwealth and MSP. Consequently, the court likely was kept ignorant about their special relationship and wasn't presented with an application to revoke Miss Peters' bail. In these circumstances, there is at least an appearance of preferential treatment provided to Miss Peters by the Norfolk County DA's office due to her cooperation against Mr. Carney. That's not that good. Hey, Nanya. Someone being called a penless fagot. You missed that one. Well, it's not my term. It's a standard about the more you try to hide something, the more light you put on it. Because of back when Barbara Streisand fought to keep her an aerial photo or satellite photo of her house out of somewhere, and everyone started talking about it, so it got more notice than if she had just shut up and no one would have done anything. Miss Peters' direct role in the prosecution against Mr. Carney. As explained, Supra point 6, Miss Peter has described herself as a potential witness against Mr. Carney. It made little sense for Mr. Mello to meet with Miss Peter on the day of Mr. Carney's arraignment for charges that didn't involve her unless, just as Miss Peters and Lieutenant Fanning testified, she was a valuable source for the Commonwealth and MSP in their investigation of Mr. Carney. Miss Peters' involvement in the case involving Miss Gattani is more apparent. Evidence from the extraction report of Miss Gattani's cellular phone demonstrates that Miss Peter advised Miss Gattani throughout the process that resulted in Miss Gattani accusing Mr. Carney of a crime. For example, in early December, Miss Peter leveraged her special relationship with the Commonwealth and MSP and urged Miss Gattani to speak with Mr. Mello. On the morning of December 11, just hours before Miss Gattani and Leila Genduso workshopped making Miss Gattani a witness against Mr. Carney, so Miss Gattani would play him at his own game and have him jailed. See September 12th letter, page 5 and 6. Miss Peter encouraged Miss Gattani to speak direct and secretly with Mr. Mello. Miss Peters' reasoning was to prevent the existence and substance of the conversation from being discovered by Mr. Carney or others who might later seek access to public records. Miss Peters, I just read that as I'm going to work. No, she's not working.
That's
Sorry.
funny.
Hey, Jar. And thank you, Jar, for 5 gifted. To
Aw,
Phoebe Mac,
Dar, thank you.
GP Dog Drool, Sue Magic, None's Your Business, and Ruby C was the lucky winners. Thank you so much, Jar. Tomorrow in Stoughton District Court, the arraignment of Jill Daniels and Jim Ferris for their assault on Turtleboy in front of D&E Pizza. Yeah, let's see how hard the hammer is going to come down on them. Probably not that hard, if I can. Yeah, I feel they're just going to get crap all. Does Krusty have court today or tomorrow? I haven't seen people talking about it on Twitch today, so I don't know. Zach, member for 10 months. Miss Peters will miss Peters if she's going to jail.
Oh.
She got a lot of Peters
Wait.
in her life, but she has restraining order against all of them.
Oh, does she now?
Yeah, there's a video of her sitting absolutely crazy in her ex-boyfriend's car so she can call the police on him. And he's just, get out of my car. You would love it because he has a thick Boston accent. So, get out of my car.
And she's like, don't touch me, I bet, you know.
No, she's just, because he's a smart guy, so he just gets out of the car because, you know, she would punch him and then she would say he punched her first.
Ugh.
So, yeah, there'll probably be deducted 1 vacation day for threatening people with assault. But that guy who put that rubber ducky out there, off to the salt mines.
Yeah. That was so ridiculous.
I'm going to work on getting you some legal protection here. How? I'm going to call Mello in a bit when Corbin's down here. Feel out the situation. You have some information that would certainly be an incentive for the powers that be to protect you. Don't tell anyone we talk, please.
Well, we all know now, Miss Peters.
If you're going to be secret, rule number 1, don't use your phone.
First of all, it's face to face.
Rule number 2, if you're trying to be secret and both of you are massive B words who probably also are, and I'm just going out on a limb here, a little bit unstable, especially if you are partaking in your favorite pastimes. Don't make any plans with those people because they will turn on you faster. Yeah, I don't know what turns fast. Then I flip a pancake. Don't, please. And as I always say when I am not giving legal advice, if you're gonna do a crime, don't use your phone, you idiot.
Yep.
So stupid.
It is so stupid.
Turtleboy didn't hit anyone. People were threatening him that he could get punched. Garino forgot not to find that text, even though he forgot to. Well, he didn't find that text. It was an accident that it was sent to Aiden and the defense team.
Yeah.
And thank you so much, Carla, for becoming a member.
Welcome, Carla.
We need to see a picture of whom. Yeah. Maybe don't text about it. Yeah. She brags about this. Turtleboy has the receipts. Well, she is a big B word. I've got his cell number. It can't be FOIA'd. His line is obviously not recorded. Well, let me tell you something that can be FOIA'd. His phone records. So, of course, what he's saying on the line can't be. But they can FOIA his phone records and say, hey, why are you talking to A, B, and C at around the time where you're trying to get D in prison?
Mm-hmm.
What's that about, friend? Maybe don't think you're smart. I would recommend not thinking you're smart when you're this stupid. Are you upset you don't have them pawning over me? No, I'm not. I don't invite much crazy into my life, but I got plenty. Where's Kimmy? She should be here. Well, she's in Vermont looking for Chloe.
Oh yeah, Kimmy, miss her.
Yeah. Scott, can you DM me a picture of her? Yeah, they can subpoena his phone records, not fire them. Sorry. Yeah, they can still get him, but you understood what I meant. Yeah, she's talking about Mello's call. What happened in the Nixon trial? It got delayed again. Maybe going today at 1, but they will have a hearing at 1. I'll keep an eye on it. If it goes live, I'll go live. I know you were asking for Tully's number yesterday, but it's actually better to go straight to Mello at this point. And again, this is a special prosecutor trying to build a case against Aiden Carney for witness intimidation. Why is he talking to the midnight shift? Well, not the midday shift at the Blue Oyster Club.
Because it's all he's got now.
Yeah, but he shouldn't be talking to these women because they have nothing to do with the case until all of a sudden one of them is being attacked by Aiden magically. Honestly, they take more info than they give. Lol. Common misconception that I get my info from the DA or MSP. I don't, generally speaking. So you do get some of your info. I just have a really good relationship with the O'Keefes, Alberts, McCabe's, and several local journalists working on this thing. So, not only are the McAlberts talking to Krusty, but the O'Keefe family as well. Mr. Paul O'Keefe, who just wanted justice for his brother, is talking to an absolute... Oh, I just got glittered everywhere. To an absolute idiot. Why is he in contact with her? Why did they bring Lindsay to the courtroom to get Aiden out of there? I know we shouldn't talk ill about people who lost a family member, but after we remember when we watched the first interview we had with him, we didn't like him, the way he portrayed himself.
Oh yeah. No.
And now with the lawsuit against the 2 bars and Karen Reed to get that sweet dollar bill, y'all. And he's also hanging out with this absolutely scum of a woman because he want to hurt Aiden or what?
Mm-hmm.
I know I have high expectation of my family members to murder victims, but I could give it a pass when this was what I saw multiple photos of his Paul O'Keefe's mother, what she was doing in multiple pictures with that group of McAlberts.
Mm-hmm.
But now finding out they have a close relationship with a woman who is only in this to self-insert her so she can attack Aiden. I have a hard time believing I'm only doing this for my brother.
Nope.
Yeah, oh yeah. Please release it. Let me read.
Yeah, I don't have any sympathy for him, to be honest with you.
Well, it should be in his public role as a special prosecutor. That's why you could fire them. Way to put it all in one message, girl. Well, but again, she said, you all know that 5 in high school, and then she got out and she was desperately trying to be a 7, but no one really. So she made up that story about that boyfriend from Canada that last summer, and he was rich and he drove a Camaro and it was so beautiful, and she was and they banged. I told, yeah, I lost my V card and he was special, and no one really bought that story. So she went on to say, well, he was also the captain of the lacrosse team. I don't know what lacrosse is. Maybe it's a sport. And she tried and tried and tried to be an in girl. She tried to hang with people like Jamie, the mean girls, but she never ever got anywhere in life. And instead of thinking, well, maybe it's because I have a shitty personality and no one likes me, she thought, no, it's them there's something wrong with. So I'll just keep going out there trying to get my fame. And now finally she inserted herself in a murder case. Oh, one of my lights fell down again. Stupid lights. And just to get famous. That's why the Food Stamp 5 or the Camel Toe Tour showed up that Friday outside of court. So she could get on court TV. She could finally be something. She is I don't know how old lady. She looks like she's 50 at least. She has nothing going for her in life. She's no job.
Molly agrees.
Yeah. But but this is her only claim to fame.
Yeah.
To be an absolutely B word, attacking everyone on Twit, and having that little gaggle of insecure bees running around her with their camel toe pants, saying, "Oh, you're so smart, you know, Mr. Mello. Oh, you know, Mr. Albert. You know, Miss McCabe. Oh." This is the first time in her life she has done anything that to her seems important. And what does it in reality show? That she is being used by the MSP to make a case against someone, and she's getting zero out of it. She's just getting hated even more.
Yeah. And once this is done and over with, they're just going to throw away like
every other guy she made a baby with. I don't know how many baby daddies her 2 living at home kids have.
Yeah.
Well, you're good, Lindsay. Hey, Debbie Blair. She asked Turtleboy where Lindsay was. The mom. Oh, yes. That mom. I'm sorry for your loss, but maybe be smarter too. At some point, and that's rant time. I didn't just go on a rant. I'm going to go on one now. If you lost someone, of course you will feel angry. You will feel lost. You will feel upset. You will feel all the things. But don't go to bed with someone who is just offering you more hatred. No solutions, just hatred. Because this is what you get if you hang out with the Food Stamp 5 or the McAlberts. It's just hate. If you fill your life with hate, you will always feel hate. You have 2 grandbabies that you should be spending all the rest of your life trying to protect and give the best life possible. You shouldn't be hanging out with people doing this in pictures, trying to be a badass granny. I'm sorry for your loss, but I can see why John fought you over the parental rights of his niece and nephew, because it seems like he had a good dad, probably had a good sister, but there's 2 people in that barrel of apples that came out very rotten. I'm sorry. I know we shouldn't talk ill about people who lost someone close to them, but then you should show a little more grace instead of just seeming like a gold digger. Sorry. Rant over.
Great. Well said.
The Five Girls is made a medium, as Maggie Heine sings about. Yeah, it's just it's a Danish rapper who sings about a girl who's medium. Everything her life is medium, and it never changes. She always wants to be more, but she'll always just say medium. Hey, Christine. Monday can't come soon enough. Remember, Sarah Boone has a birthday today.
Hey, Christine. Good to see you.
I did not have the card on my bingo card. Well, it's a Baker stream. We'll go down the roads where my brain takes me. Sometimes not all the wrong places.
Oops.
Hey, Dream. It doesn't excuse her and Paul's behavior. No. And that's, again, look at the Garcia family. What are they doing to honor their loss, their family member? They're out there showing grace and dignity. They're not standing like this in pictures with the McAlberts. I'm sorry. When you do that, exactly. Just because someone suffered a tragedy, it doesn't make them a good person. But you should try and be a good person, because there's now 2 kids who suffered multiple losses in their life, and someone should take care of them.
Well, and you're bringing all that drama into their life too, because
Yeah.
they're seeing this. You can't miss it.
Krusty put a daughter on the stand to read text Turtleboy supposedly sent, but Krusty cloned his number. It wouldn't surprise me. Losing someone doesn't make you immune to being an ace, and it doesn't give you a pass to act like a yerk. Exactly, Sue. I always found it very strange that neither grandparents nor the married man who had children took in the kids. I expect it caused a much bigger rift than we'll ever know about. Well, and I don't know if it's true, but did they sue each other over the custody? There was something about the custody battle between John and the mom.
I heard.
I don't know, because Paul didn't want them. Paul the Saint didn't want those kids. He didn't have room for them.
Yeah.
Got a new deck. Yeah, and putting them on the stand just to say, we don't know. Yes, the tickety tack is Jamie working. Reminding me, get back to work. You're just talking too much. Miss Peters, okay, so I did talk to Mello off the record with some specifics. Oh, I lost footnote number 5. What was that one? Oh, that's several local journalists. Sorry. That evening, Miss Peters enticed Miss Gattani to speak with a journalist preparing an expose on Mr. Carney. After impressing Miss Gattani by describing her direct relationship with the reporter, including that she had dinner with reporter, Miss Peter urged Miss eating with her. Urged Miss Gattani to share her invaluable perspective with the reporter. The next day, Miss Gattani, who had not yet spoken to Mr. Mello, replied, "Oh my God, really? I gladly talk with the reporter." And footnote number 6, on December 28th, Mr. Mello told the Fall River Reporter that Miss Gattani recently became a witness after we received some communication from her. So that's the specifics. Miss Peter then provided Miss Gattani with Mr. Mello's private cellular phone number. If I was his wife, if he has one, why are these 2 skanks in your phone? Left left unanswered is what Miss Peter and Mr. Mello discussed during any off-the-record conversation, and what Miss Gattani and Mr. Mello discussed in conversation that Miss Peters suggested should be held in a manner designed to avoid possible disclosure. Similarly, as illustrated by their text exchange from that evening of December 13th, footnote. Once again, based on the substance of Miss Gattani's responses, it appears that some of Miss Peters' responses are not included in the extraction report of Miss Gattani's phone. Again, did they let Mr. Tech Wonder Kid on it? Garino? The defense is entitled to know what advice Miss Peters provided Miss Gattani, who was concerned about her own criminal exposure shortly before she spoke to the MSP for the first time. I'm worried now. Worried about? Now I'm worried. What, Miss Gattani? Jamie, maybe we should. No, you're. Miss Gattani, I'm worried now. Miss Peter, worried about? Now I'm worried. Yeah, that seems like there's something missing in there. That's not a natural. An 8-minute break between that.
Yeah.
That doesn't seem right.
Feels like something's missing.
Yeah. Some text are missing here. Miss Gattani, no, just worried for Jane. Number 8. As you're aware, Miss Gattani lied to Miss Peter, among others, about the identity of Jane. Miss Gattani is Jane. She created that fake Twitter persona on her cell phone in October 23 to anonymously communicate with people who dislike Mr. Carney and to release harmful information about him. I was also in the last letter. The above text suggests that Miss Gattani was concerned that if she spoke to the MSP and gave them her cellular phone, they would discover that she was Jane, and that she violated the same witness intimidation statute that she, Miss Peter, and Miss Genduso sought to exploit as the basis for Mr. Carney's arrest and incarceration. Jeepers, these girls are dense. Yes, there's missing text here. That's what they're saying, that it looks like something is out there. Yeah, Carney. I'm sorry, I try to remember that it's Carney. Yes, I look at the time difference. There's a 2-minute time difference between these two. Then there's 8 minutes. Then there's 1.5 minutes. Then there's roughly 1.5 minutes again. Then there's 3 minutes. So it looks like there could be stuff missing, especially between the 9:27 and 9:35. Especially because Miss Peters, where are the Gattani text in here? Something is missing. Yes, there's missing text. Hang on, though. Well, Lindsay, no spoilers. No, just worried for Jane. Was that considered victim intimidation? I can't even remember now what the tweet said that he was mentioned in. She said nothing that any reasonable person could read and say is witness intimidation. Okay. Well, I'm going to be calling you before my meeting tomorrow anyway with more questions about this. I feel like that's something he would try to do and wasn't even thinking of that. Miss Peters also was the driving force for Mr. Carney's arrest for his alleged violation of a restraining order on February 26th. Mr. Carney, who had been released from jail on February 26th, footnote, Mr. Carney had his bail revoked after his arrest for the events of December 23rd. Announced the following evening on his Turtleboy live show that he would be attending the February 26th Karen Reed hearing. A review of that communication between Ms. Gattani and Mr. Peters demonstrate they regularly watched and discussed Mr. Carney's live show. Several weeks earlier, in January 2024, Ms. Peter told Ms. Gattani that Paul O'Keefe, the brother of Boston police officer John O'Keefe, wanted to meet her. Jeebus. Ms. Gattani excitedly responded, Paul O'Keefe wants to talk to me. In April 24, Ms. Gattani, who had not attended any other Reed proceedings, testified that she went to the February 26, 24 appearance at the personal invitation of Paul O'Keefe.
Yeah. Oh, gee, Paul wants to talk to me?
Why, oh, why are you effing wasting time with these skanks? Mr. O'Keefe's communication with Mr. Carney contradict Miss Gattani's. In July 24, Mr. O'Keefe denied inviting Miss Gattani to court. He told Carney there was a miscommunication, but Miss Gattani didn't lie because she thought Mr. O'Keefe invited him. Mr. O'Keefe's explanation suggests that Miss Peters told Miss Gattani that Mr. O'Keefe wanted her to appear in court to entice Miss Gattani, who had an open restraining order against Mr. Carney, to attend. Miss Peters' communication with Miss Gattani and Mr. O'Keefe will shed light on this question. In any event, it appears that Miss Peters coordinated Miss Gattani's presence at the February 26th appearance to make sure Mr. Carney would not be able to attend and to increase the likelihood that Mr. Carney would be arrested if he went to the courthouse. Of course, it did. Oh. How do people have time for this BS? Well, if you're on food stamps, you have a lot of spare time. Doug said, if you know, is considered witness intimidation. So yeah, everything in Massachusetts is witness intimidation. I think Kate Peters worked with Jenny M to get the fake witness to be with Paul O'Keefe at that court date. Yeah, that's what the Bederow thinks as well. But again, if she, that could be funny. Also, because she's throwing out all of these names, did they actually talk to her? Or is she just, again, that girl in high school who wanted to be one of the cool kids and had that boyfriend from Canada? I really wish she has all the communication, because then I could hate these people even more. Miss Peters accomplished her goals. Mr. Carney was required to leave the courtroom after Miss Gattani arrived with her restraining order in hand. That's such a stupid thing to have that with you. He went outside and began a live stream to explain the situation to his interested viewers. Miss Peters, who wasn't even there, immediately called the police while Miss Gattani was still in the courtroom to report Mr. Carney. Mr. Carney was just removed from the courtroom. He's in violation of a restraining order. He refuses to leave the courthouse step. On March 14, Mr. Mello attempted to use this incident as a basis to revoke Mr. Carney's bail after an evidentiary hearing at which the Dedham police officer who interacted with Mr. Carney and Miss Gattani on February 26 testified the court refused to detain Mr. Carney. On April 26th, after an evidentiary hearing at which Miss Gattani testified about her version of what occurred on February, the court lessened the condition of the restraining order against Mr. Carney. Funny. He's within 100 yards of this victim, and he's currently screeching how she's there. He's definitely in violation of the restraining order. You might want to get someone down there. Miss Peters' communications are discoverable and favorable. Communication and statements of Miss Peters are discoverable under Brady, Gigolo, and Rule 14, irrespective of whether you intend on to call her as a prosecution witness. The Commonwealth is in possession, custody, and control of the requested evidence. See Pope, which on information and belief tends to support the defense position that Miss Peters' animus towards Mr. Carney led to her to A, gather evidence against Mr. Carney at the behest of the Commonwealth and MSP, and then provide it to them. B, orchestrate Mr. Carney's arrest by using her special relationship with the Commonwealth, the MSP, and C, befriend Miss Gattani for the purpose of cajoling her to accuse Mr. Carney of a criminal conduct. The last message from Miss Peters that appears on the extraction report from Miss Katani's cellular phone was sent on December 14th at 1:16 a.m. It is hard to accept any coincidence that Miss Peters' communication seemingly ceases shortly after Miss Katani's text to Mr. Peters about her interaction with Mr. Mello and Tully, and Jennifer McCabe's feedback on Miss Katani's meeting with Tully. Hey, they just left. Depends on your definition of good. Sorry, I know the anticipation is killing you. Yeah, no bueno from that front. I know, Mello told me yesterday not to worry about anything, but I was told something entirely different today. I'll explain it when I call. Miss Katani calls Miss Peters. They speak on the phone for 2 hours and 32 minutes. Why? Couldn't have been an email? $8:37. What did Jen McCabe and everyone think of my meeting yesterday? 6 minutes later. Oh my God, really? 1 minute later. Comment about anything specific or just general about the Karen case? That's within a minute. Now an hour and 20 minutes later. Schmidt, lol, is Tully gonna get mad that I told people that? Yeah, good point. Okay. Would he even buy that? What did Tully say is next steps? Did he talk to Mello yet? Miss Katani post on Facebook. Big news coming soon. Stay tuned. Emphasis is original. As inconceivable as it seems, according to the extraction report of Miss Katani's phone, Miss Peter did not respond to any of Miss Katani's messages cited above, even though some clearly are responsive to Miss Peter. Yeah, it's clearly a conversation. It's particularly concerning that the messages missing from an extraction report prepared by the MSP are messages from their own source containing information from and about Miss Katani, Mr. Mello, Tully, and Miss McCabe. Finally, it should be noted that Miss Peters has displayed some of her messages with Miss Katani that do not appear on the extraction report. Of course you did, you idiot. From Miss Katani's phone on her own live show. On October 3rd, Miss Peter posted some of the missing messages on her Twitter. In other words, Miss Peter has access to the text messages we are missing. Oh, stupid people. It really hurts my brain that people are this dumb. Accordingly, because Miss Peter, a source closely associated with the MSP and Commonwealth, possesses the requested evidence, which is relevant, favorable to the defense, and within your possession, custody, and control, such evidence in any form should be promptly disclosed to the defense. Given the December 17 trial date on the district court matter, we would appreciate a prompt response so we may pursue other remedies before trial in the event you cannot or will not disclose evidence pursuant to this demand. Mark Bederow.
Boom.
Yeah. That was those 15 pages. Interesting, KP's responses aren't there. Lindsay was super scared about them talking about her phone. I don't believe KP didn't respond. Of course she did. You can see it's clearly a conversation going on.
Yeah.
Well, Lindsay was scared to give her phone up because they would see she too was intimidating witnesses. Everyone is an idiot in this case. Stop being stupid when you're a criminal.
Well, if you're trying to hatch a plan to do something, like, stop using your phones, people.
Exactly. Yeah, don't tweet about it. Don't go on Facebook. If you want something, like like I said the other day, when Aiden said, "Well, I can't really talk about it," you can leave it to me. I'll talk. I don't care. Good luck trying to get my phone extracted. I have to pay my plane ticket to Maryland. No, Massachusetts. It's the same place. I don't know. But why are you this dumb? You can get Snapchat that deletes your conversations. You can get, is it called Telegram?
Isn't it Signal one of them?
Yeah, Signal, Whisper. Apparently, we learned that in the other case.
Yeah.
You can have encrypted messages, self-deleting messages, and then it's going to be a hassle for them to impeach it through Snapchat and all of that. They can probably get it, but it'll take them a long time. But you won't have all these traces on your phone, you idiot. It doesn't matter that you deleted half of the conversation when the other half is still there, because if I come and see an outline of something, I can probably figure out something must have been here. You know that part where the Roadrunner runs through the wall in a cartoon? You can tell a Roadrunner has been there. It's not the Roadrunner, it's the wolf, the coyote. That outline tells you something was there that went through the wall. It's the same when you have all the text around answers. It doesn't matter that KP, the absolutely wonderful person she is, deleted everything, because then you can see she was in communications. Then they can go get it. And according to all the cases I have had where we use Cellbrite, I know in Canton it doesn't work.
It's not that loud. She's cute.
Yeah, but it's more that she's barking at the neighbors. The neighbor's allowed to be here. But
Yeah.
you're just setting yourself up for failure again because you're stupid. Stupid people. Signal, you might as well just message the FBI directly. But the FBI doesn't care about this case, so it doesn't matter they have your text. That's a good one. Yeah, and stop bragging about it. By the way, what was the big news that KP was going to drop Tuesday? Kind of like her big interview with Proctor. Never really happened.
No. Well, that too, and stop like blasting Turtleboy's phone with all these like, I'm gonna destroy you. Like,
Yeah.
how suspect do you look when you're doing that?
So good to hear, Mac. Hope everything is kind of standing. Know your lawyer, or as other people call him, lawyer, you know. Apparently had a few leaks in his house, but it was also fine. I saw him this morning, so that's good to hear. They even had a Roadrunner reference on my bingo card. Did you have the V card on your bingo card? I have thrown in a few for the bingo card today. I wonder if a Julie Grant interview happened on Tuesday. These, I love that every day when I go on Twitter, I see Julie Grant retweeting someone saying, "Oh, I loved your opening statements this morning." Because Julie Grant is also a wonderful woman.
She is not.
The way she covered the Karen Reed case is a disgrace. The way Court TV covered the Karen Reed case is a disgrace.
The only
Because
one that Vinny was the only one that was actually saying something. At least he questioned it.
yeah, Vinny did a little bit of it, but again, they had yellow cottage cheese on as an expert. Mr. I can clearly see the missing tail light. Oh, they flipped the. I'm not going to talk about it. Jamie, you know I love science. and logic. Logic is my favorite pastime.
Logic is our favorite pastime. It is.
Yellow cottage cheese was out there yesterday, claiming that the reason why, they claimed that the change in elevation on the ride over was the reason why it looked like he had gone up and down 3 stairs. No, cottage cheese figured it out.
Well, how did he figure it out?
Because as air gets hotter, the volume of air changes because it expands. So the pressure rises. And because the phone measures the barometric pressure, it thought that it had gone upstairs. Which is correct that if you heat a gas, it will expand, which will increase the volume. If you are in a sealed environment, you're idiot. But he writes 45 pages of a dissertation about the free can read crowd never understands science and they don't want to listen to science. But I have been sitting in my mom's attic all day, smoking weed and thinking about how great I am. And I figured out that it's because they had turned on air condition in the car. And that's why the phone measured it. First of all, why didn't Trooper Paul say that in court? And second off, you absolute idiot. A car is not
Apple
a vacuum.
think of that when they, decided to make these devices. Well, if they turn the air conditioning on the car, it's really not going to be effective.
Yeah, and all of a sudden, everyone is running up the stairs.
Yeah.
Oh.
But he figured it out. Of all people on this planet Earth,
First of all, he had the 3D rendition of the car hitting him in the wrong side.
Yeah.
That's fair. I made a drawing that was more accurate. Then he changed his story 3 times. He changed his story more than Lally did, because Lally had 3 different stories through the trial.
Mm-hmm.
And he claims that I'm not specifically free can read. I saw the trial. There's no evidence she did it. So if you call me free can read, that's fine. But this absolute idiot then makes up, well, it's because of gas expanding when it's heating. Yeah, in a closed environment, because and the worst part, he has 200 people watching him live. I can't get to, well, I have 300 now, but I don't get that much views as he does. I know a lot of us goes in there just to laugh at him because he's an idiot, but
I can guarantee he gets more hate views than actual people going, yeah, look at him, he's so right. Apple should hire him because he is a genius.
Yeah, why hire Arca? Well, they're not technically experts in the area. Yeah, that's good, Caffy Daffy. Idiot. Are you really thinking of visiting Massachusetts? Well, if I get subpoenaed and they're gonna pay my flight ticket, yeah, I'll go there. I saw that, and I might have written idiot. AC in a snowstorm. Well, my AC is one of those. It just heats it up faster. So yeah.
Oh, and just
Lawyer, is live now. His garden is a mess. A big tree is down, and as Baker said, the roof was leaking. They're fine, but the rain and stormy wind was for a long period of time. He didn't expect that. Yeah, I saw him before I went to bed last night, and it seemed like it was kind of okay, that it was just windy, but not that windy. But yeah. Cottage cheese lives above his unalive mom's room. He sleeps with her deceased body in her. Becca.
Oh my Lord.
Yeah, and my neither my watch or my phone ever gives me free steps. But does in Canton.
I mean, it's pretty accurate, I would say. I have one.
Clevin told me if I drive my truck around in reverse for a few months, it can reverse the odometer and have my expired warranty restored. That's Clevin is the smartest person.
He's the smartest person on earth.
Yeah.
We don't give him enough credit.
At least 50 of them are bots. He doesn't have money to pay for. I know bots aren't that expensive, but he doesn't have money to pay for bots. Does he ever make any? I can look this up. Social Blade. Let's see what they believe him. I know it's not accurate. What's the name of this?
Isn't it Yellow Cottage Tail?
What the hell?
Is it Yellow Cottage
I'm not
Tales?
allowed. I'm not allowed on Social Blade.
Uh-oh. You got blocked.
I'm not an actual human. What?
That's true.
Accessing the website from a computer network not typically used by humans. What? And I don't have a VPN on, so no. No, well, then I'm not going on Social Blade to see what his numbers looks like. Danny T is putting money in the shoelace fund.
Oh, for his belt. That
Yeah.
was the funniest thing. That's so funny. He had his shoelace holding his pants up.
It's my chair. It's my chair. You can't touch my chair. I love Grant. I miss him every day.
So funny. He said, "Is that a shoelace?" You have and he's like, "Mind your business." He's just, he's such a little baby.
Oh, when he fell over.
Oh my God, that was the funniest thing. After he said, "You're a weirdo," and then he just falls up the stairs.
and when you were, what was it you said when he fell over the barricade?
No, that wasn't him. That was that one guy. Remember?
Oh yeah. Was it Volstorm we had on with?
It was MG. MG said, "Eat shit."
Yeah, eat shit, Grant. But Jamie,
we thought it was him. That would have been great if it was.
Talking about our favorite idiot. Someone has not seen Ferris Bueller's Day Off, or they would know that running the car in reverse doesn't work. No, you have to kick out and throw down the side. I do picture the movie Psycho. Plevin's mom is in a rocking chair in the other room, a skeleton, but Plevin's mom still brings in his meatloaf dinner every night to his room. Great conversation, too. Yeah. Are you going to get a job? But, Mom, I have a job. I'm an online journalist. Are you going to pay the rent? Mom. How did the name Turtleboy come into being? There is a statue in Massachusetts of a little turtle boy, or a little boy riding a turtle. That's why he used it. He used to be, I believe, school teacher, and that's why he was riding under the Turtle Boy name to keep it
Anonymous, yeah.
Anonymous. So that's why he did it. Does Plevin make money? Watch the very end of Sean on the Golf's intro. But Jamie, Grant Smith Ellis wrote this yesterday.
Okay.
Shocking new documents has been released in the Aiden Turtleboy Kearney case, Carney, confirming that Kate Peter, aka Mafia Masshole, was working as a source for the Massachusetts State Police unit attached to the Norfolk County DA's office. Furthermore, for some reason, Peter's message with Lindsay Gattani about Peter's work on the case were deleted from a forensic extraction of Lindsay's phone, yet 15 years of other materials was handed over by Brian Tolley to Carney without redaction of any kind. Peter is now being called by Carney to testify and produce record at a 10th of January hearing as to a litany of felony witness intimidation charges filed against Turtleboy in the course of his PR work for accused killer Karen Reed, jurors voted 9-3 guilty as to Reed killing John O'Keefe with her car
No,
and
that's
while
not
drunk during the first Karen Reed trial.
stupid, stupid man.
That's how it works, Jamie. That's how the law works. Also revealed in the documents was a plot by Miss Peter to manipulate Gattani and John's brother Paul O'Keefe into using Gattani as a patsy to get Carney thrown out of the courtroom during a pre-trial process of the Reed case. Gattani has an RO against Kearney. Furthermore, in a revelation that shakes the confidence of even this jaded reporter, the letter alleges that the Norfolk DA failed to recuse itself from one of Peter's many outstanding criminal cases in Norfolk County, despite a special prosecutor being assigned for each of Peter's other cases in the area, and that the Norfolk DA's office failed to ask for a bail revocation hearing in early October 24, when Peter was arraigned on yet another charge. Personal towel statement. As I have said for months, I am deeply concerned by the action of Miss Peter, and I feel her conduct fundamentally threatens the integrity of the very justice she claims to defend. That said, I have also made clear that I unintentionally got far too close to this story. Nonetheless, I'm still able to see clearly. I can see clearly now the skies. And I now know what is truly important to me in life. Not every story helps a reporter grow as a human and a towel. But if there is to be any silver lining amidst the chaos, perhaps those moments of personal growth are all we have in a world where everything that glitters truly is not gold. Don't free Karen Reed, convict Karen Reed, and convict Turtleboy. Also convict Karen Peter? Question mark.
Grant.
Get bent.
Get eat shit.
Hey, Andrea Clark, just sneaking in the end. Can I believe this crap? Yes, because I have been covering the Karen Reed case for almost 2 years now. Yeah, it's getting close to 2 years. And the absolute incompetence I have seen in this case, the length that they will go to try and convict clearly innocent people. This is nothing. Using a nasty, filthy-looking woman on a personal vendetta against Aiden Carney because they are not good enough to get a gag order doesn't surprise me at all. It just shows me, please go out and vote. I don't care who you vote for. Just vote for someone other than Morrissey. Because the MSP is a corrupt hellhole filled with the worst kind of snakes that doesn't care about the law. They care about getting the person they don't want. They care about ain't no corners we can't cut if we just get our man. That's not how the law is supposed to work. Actively sending Kate Peters out there to construct a honeypot Aiden could get caught up in so he couldn't do his journalist job, to me shows they are more corrupt, more inept, and worse than any of us ever thought. Plus the Garcia case. Plus the Birdsmore. Everyone do your duty. Don't care if it's red, don't care if it's blue, don't care who you're voting for, but vote for someone who is not Morrissey. That's how it should be, Jamie.
Sure. Yeah. Get him out of there.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully somebody runs against him.
2 people are running against him right now. But Jamie, It's been an enjoyable 2 hours. I'm gonna go make me some dinner, feed Molly, take her for a walk, and then at 1 I'll be watching if the Nixon trial goes live. Then we're gonna cover it if it's going live. Thank all y'all for being here, listening to this absolute mess of another case. Thank God Bederow is on the case, because he's that punch in the face that they needed, is what I'm thinking.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're here. And now we're about to go. The new boss will be the same as the old boss, and they won't win. Well, hopefully, the only thing you can do is go out there and at least show them you want something else. Maybe you lose, but if 5% or 10% or 20% votes against them instead of saying, nah, I don't want to vote, it sends a signal. Just like all of your demonstrating outside of, don't do it outside of D&E pizzas. Because that's apparently the worst thing you can do in the world. But you're sending a signal when you vote for someone else. That's all you can do. Well, I'm getting ready for Nixon later.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mixed them up. Because I've read the 2 letters now, and I'm getting ready for coming back in possibly an hour and 15 minutes to cover the Nixon case if it's going. Jamie.
Yep. And I need a snack too.
Yeah. And everyone needs to remember today is Sarah Boone's birthday. Thank you all so much. Do all the YouTube things on your way out, and see you later, hopefully.
Sarah Boone turns 40, standing today. A straight A student, known worldwide with her brilliance and charm. She walks with pride. I've loved her since that fateful day. Saw her sipping from the top in such a carefree way. She swings a bat like Babe Ruth in his prime, and in every room her mind's sublime. And happy birthday, Sarah Boone. You light up the world like a bright full moon. At 47, you're still on fire. With every move, you lift us higher. Puzzles to games and every home run. Sarah Boone, you're second to none. The smartest in every room, you answer in our lives. You're the